You piece of shit! You want to scam hardworking folks out of their money? Who doesn't? Usually I'd keep that privilege to myself, but today is my beloved dog Donald's birthday, and he specifically asked me to make a video about how to rug pull. Literally, bark bark, woo, grr bark. Maybe I mistranslated, but whatever. This is strictly for educational purposes only, of course. So you understand the mechanics but never replicate them, right? Oh, and no, AI could help me with this video, so I had to use my own brain, which definitely deserves a symbolic $2,000 donation, but if you're broke, a like will do. Now, let's begin. Minting. Every coin starts with some amount of tokens, usually a huge but still limited number. Like 1 billion if we're talking about our beloved Pump Fun. But if you, some hypothetical dev. So anyway, if the dev's shady, then he keeps the right to print more tokens whenever he wants. Feeling like Crypto King after scooping up 90% of the supply? Surprise! Devs just printed 10 times more, and now you're the village idiot. Freezing or Honeypot? Another dev-exclusive rug. Just like with minting, when creating the coin, the dev decides whether to keep this option available. The whole point is, at any moment, the creator can just straight up restrict certain wallets from selling. And trust me, he won't be restricting himself. During the freeze, you can still buy the coin if you are a complete idiot. And of course, the dev and his buddies loot all the money really hard. Rug pull. And logically after the freeze, let's talk about the rug pull. Or as my imaginary friend calls it, magic carpet. Why logically? Because phrases can be good or bad. So I've already told you about the bad one. The good phrase is when the dev freezes his own funds forever so others can feel relatively safe. But we don't care about those right now, because if the dev doesn't freeze his stack, he can pull it out anytime, and guess what happens then? The coin becomes worthless and you, the investor, lose everything. The key takeaway? If you're not brain dead, these scams are easy to spot. Trading tools warn you about dev privileges, yet there's a sucker born every minute. Red candle. Well, the red candle is simple. This is what red looks like, and this is what a candle looks like. It became popular thanks to Pump Van, since it blocked previous methods, but if someone wants to rug pull, nothing can stop them. To use this, you need to buy a shitload of tokens and then dump everything at once. And generally, the faster you do it, the more effective it is. But there are nuances. If the coin is good, you can make way more profit with gradual sells, since tokens will get bought back. And if you want to be a master of rugging, you gotta feel this shit in your bones. Clone projects. Alright, let's say there's a successful project, maybe it's migrating or has been on the market for a while, doesn't matter, it's popular and in demand. This method is about creating an exact clone, similar name, same design, everything copied down to fake trading volume. The more convincing and faster you do it, the higher your chances of finding enough brain-dead degens to buy it. Then again, some people wear fake sneakers too. The most effective clone strategy? When the original project announces their launch date and time, but you drop your copycat just slightly earlier. This way you can catch tons of people simply not paying attention. Tax tokens. Now this rug method might be the most stylish one. When you create a token yourself via liquidity pool, you get to play with the buy and sell taxes. There's many types and people usually get used to standard rates, eventually stopping to check them. So imagine setting a 90% tax. Some dude tries to buy your token with 1 soul, but somehow only gets 0.1 worth. Where did the other 0.9 go? That's right, straight into some crafty Jewish pocket. Yeah, I'm looking at you right now. MEV. You've already annoyed the hell out of me asking what this is. Just watch this video where everything's explained in detail, both about MEV and a bunch of other useful terms for your crypto education. And if we were only talking about rug pulls, we could stop here. But I promised to teach you and Donald how to really fuck people over properly. So let's break down a couple more scams. Brute forcing, an ancient method. Basically, it's a program that tries to get someone's private crypto wallet key through sheer brute force. If it succeeds, all the money gets drained and the brute forcing continues. The odds of you brute forcing anything on your home PC are laughably low, but if you got a spare kidney in your grandpa's basement, you could buy a dozen of new RTX cards or swap a couple of A100s from OpenAI servers, then things will start moving along much faster. Drainer. So there's this website where you can buy something. And of course, we're not talking about illegal substances. Who even uses crypto for that? Anyway, let's say you want to buy some home gardening supplies with Ethereum. Potatoes, leeks, mushrooms, you get the idea. You connect your wallet to the site and sign a smart contract. But here's the kicker, the contract turns out to be smart. But you aren't, because instead of the expected terms, you just signed away everything in that wallet to the site owner, and no, you're not getting those leaks either. Tough luck. Next up, I'll be listing what I call the venereal methods. You catch these like viruses, usually all at once. To make money in this game, you need software, brains, and a Bangladeshi passport. But you can't break promises made to Donald, or he'll get pissed. Just like STDs, the better you project yourself, the harder they are to catch. And before diving into the methods themselves, I've prepared a top 5 security devices to guard against them. In 5th place of the Shitometer Award, Windows devices. In 4th equally prestigious Shitometer Award, Android phones. Bronze medal goes to your beloved macOS, silver medalist iOS phones, and the undisputed champion with a 0% virus rate,
the TF62 rotary phone from Kwangya Trading Company.
Used in North Korea because I don't know a single sane person who'd even try hacking this piece of junk. Clipper. So, you've got the whole bouquet, and now your device is slowly rotting. First up, or maybe not first, who cares, your screen either way is the Clipper. A Clipper is a program that hijacks your clipboard. Normally, this is used so that when you try to copy a school presentation to a flash drive, you instead end up with black corporate hilarious, right? But sometimes it's used to swap out crypto destination addresses when you're sending funds, redirecting them to the bad guy's wallet. But unless you're completely blind, spotting a Clipper's work is dead simple. I mean, come on, how do you confuse a biology presentation with 5 African-American gentlemen covered in poop having fun? Mining. Which brings us to the next plot. Hopefully, you know what a miner is. These things popped up almost as soon as crypto did, and everyone's run into them at least once. It's a program that leaches your hardware's power to mine for someone else. And there are 2 main flavors. First, is your PC lagging? Yes or no? Is your computer older than this very cute, totally bangable loli? Yes, no? If yes, upgrade your damn hardware, dumbheads. If no, congratulations, you've got a miner. Second, the smart miner. It only uses a fraction of your system's power and shuts off when you push your PC to the limit. This kind of miner could be as old as your rig itself if the OS hasn't been updated in years, quietly making money for its owner the whole time. Oh, and by the way, these days, there are even miners that sneak into browser extensions. So if you're absolutely sure your PC is clean, well, maybe check one more time. Botnet. And now the most complex, dangerous, yet potentially most badass infection of them all, the botnet. If this thing lands on your rig and gets access to your credit cards, crypto wallets, or other personal data, you're Been saving up for your kid's college? Too bad. It's someone else's kid now. Dreamed of paying off your mortgage? Congrats, you just bought a stranger a BMW. And the funniest part, you almost never get that money back. But on the bright side, if the proud new owner of that BMW ever gets caught, well, let's just say they're the ones who'll be learning the hard way. Fair's fair. And just like my good old pal Donald, such a good boy, here's your Greenland. Oh wait, that's just the name of the cookie.